experience for all those who attend. To kick things off, we're delighted to have as our day one keynote speaker, Neil Mohan. Neil is the Chief Product Officer at YouTube and a Senior Vice President at Google. He is responsible for YouTube products and user experience on all platforms and devices globally. This includes YouTube's core mobile applications, Creator Studio for content producers, emerging technologies like VR, vertical experiences such as YouTube Kids and Music, and YouTube subscription service, YouTube Red. Previously, Neil was Senior Vice President of Display and Video Ads. In this role, he was responsible for the company's advertising offerings on YouTube, the Google Display Network, AdSense, AdMob, and the DoubleClick family of programmatic ad platform products. He is focused on growing the overall digital media industry by building innovative solutions for millions of Google's advertising and media partners around the world. Neil, please join us.
Thanks, Will. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be here in Las Vegas today. This is my first time at NAB, and as Will just mentioned, and perhaps some of you know, I spent most of my career leading Google's display and video advertising business. And in that role, I worked very closely with several others to build out the revenue monetization at YouTube. And as a result of building out that revenue monetization, I got to see the evolution of that YouTube platform up close and personal over many years. About 5 months ago, I went all in at YouTube and took over as the Chief Product Officer. And now that I've settled into that role, what I'd love to do today is offer a few thoughts on YouTube's trajectory and also on how product and content are going to come together as distribution shifts to digital. By the way, the mic's going in and out. Can you guys hear me in the back? No? Okay. Can you guys hear me now in the back? All right, great. Yeah, so as I was saying, I took over as the Chief Product Officer at YouTube about 5 months ago, and I've been settling in. And now that I've settled in, I'd love to offer some thoughts on where YouTube is headed, and perhaps most importantly for this audience, kind of how I see consumer products and content come together in this new age of digital distribution that's so important to all of us. If I had to sum up YouTube's approach for the past 10 years, it was all about bigger, better, and faster. Our goal was to reach as many users as possible, offer them a very high fidelity product, and to stream that video content as fast as we knew how to. So first, let me talk about bigger. Today, YouTube reaches over 1 billion users worldwide in the course of a single month. We're in 88 countries and in 76 different languages. We're continuing to see, and what's really amazing about that is we're continuing to see growth in every single region across the world. Not just in terms of daily active viewers, but also in the amount of video that those viewers are consuming on YouTube every single day. Next, let me talk about better. For a few years early on, we all knew YouTube as the place where we all, as amateurs, would go and upload video. And that video sometimes would be grainy, sometimes it would be low definition. But as broadband speeds improved dramatically, and as cameras on the web and on phones got better, we started to support HD. Today, as many of you know, we support 4K, but we also support 8K and 60 frames a second. In fact, over 1 million videos on the YouTube platform today are available in 4K. And that includes all of the YouTube original content that we've produced that's exclusively available to our YouTube Red subscribers. Finally, faster. We've cut buffering by more than 30%, giving back millions of hours a day to our users every single day. But we've also worked to provide better access in our fastest growing emerging markets. These are markets like India, Indonesia, and most of Latin America. Slow speeds and high data costs limit how people in those markets can enjoy YouTube today. So we're launching video data plans with our mobile carrier partners in these markets to make the experience better for our customers. We're also working with partners in those markets to allow offline access so that people can download videos on their Wi-Fi or in the middle of the night when data rates might be lower or when bandwidth speeds might be better, and then enjoy those videos whenever they have time. Bigger, better, and faster is still really core to who we are and what we want to be. So we're continuing to launch in new markets all the time. For example, in the last few weeks we launched in places like Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, bringing YouTube to another 250 million viewers in total. In addition to supporting 4K and 8K, we announced right here in Las Vegas at CES support for HDR video as well. And we're continuing to explore new ways of delivering video, new video data plans in some of our most engaged emerging markets. But as YouTube has journeyed from a website that you would primarily access on your desktop to an app that's now accessed on mobile, on your tablets, on your living room screens, and now increasingly with virtual reality headsets, it's forced us to rethink our entire product strategy and how we deliver experiences to our consumers. Today, viewing content, first of all, is inherently more personal. No longer do you have to share what you're watching with your family or your siblings. You can watch whatever you want to watch, virtually whenever you want to watch it. It also has the potential to be a lot more interactive, especially as we move from keyboards to touchscreens, motion recognition, and voice control. And because video content consumption is a lot more personal and interactive, it means that interruptions carry a very different weight today. A 30-second commercial during a show on television is expected. On your phone, that can be annoying. And if it happens while you're enjoying content with a virtual reality headset on, it can actually make you throw up. So in addition to bigger, better, and faster, we're now focused on being smarter, immersive, and seamless. Let me talk about all three of these. So first of all, what do I mean by being smarter? Smarter means better organized, with better discovery and recommendations for consumers. There are some content experiences on YouTube where our enormous library can actually get in the way of what you want to quickly see or listen to on the platform. And if any of you have children, which I'm sure many of you do, you probably live this example every single day. When you hand your phone or your tablet to your kid, you want to make sure that the videos they're watching are the ones that they should be watching. This is something that we weighed incredibly carefully before we launched a YouTube Kids standalone app last year. And I'm happy to report that ever since launching, we've seen enormous uptake in that app, to the point where it's now the most downloaded kids app on iOS, with a 4.5 star rating across the board. Music is another example. Today, as many of you know, YouTube is one of the primary destinations where you go to consume music online. And the reason, of course, is because of our incredibly large and diverse catalog of music content. But sometimes that can be a little bit confusing if you as a listener don't know if you're listening to the original, a cover copy, or an acoustic version of a particular song. So this is something that we thought a lot about before we launched the music app, and we spent an incredible amount of time labeling and categorizing all of that music content to create a better experience for our users who use the music app. Smarter doesn't just mean curation, however, though. It means smarter UIs, and it means better features. For example, like the timer on the YouTube Kids app, or artist-based stations in the music app. We've also used the power of algorithms to improve recommendations and discovery right on the main YouTube experience. In the last year, we're seeing significant boosts in the amount of videos people watch based on these algorithmic recommendations. For example, two of the places that drive the most amount of watch time on the YouTube platform are the recommended videos and the videos that we feature on the homepage itself, all of which are algorithmically generated. So that's smarter. Now let me talk about immersive. Immersive video is an area that's on everybody's mind, and we've seen an explosion of interest over the last few months in things like 360-degree video and VR. As many of you know, YouTube launched support for 360-degree video last year. And ever since we've launched it, we've seen artists and musicians and athletes and brands do really amazing things with this technology. There's a new Broadway show, for example, based on Jack Black's film School of Rock. And they filmed a 360-degree video of a performance to increase awareness about the show. And that video led to a nearly 3x spike in the amount of traffic to their ticketing website. And it turned the show into a smash hit. That show generates over $1 million a week in gross revenue. And now you won't just be able to see that video in 360 degrees, you'll actually be able to hear it. Today, we're launching spatial audio, which lets you sense the direction and distance of a sound. So if you're hearing something on your left side, you should be able to hear it louder in your left ear. And for something like a music concert that you're watching in 360 degrees, sound will now reverberate all around you. Just plug in your headphones into your Android phone and play a 360-degree video on YouTube, and you can see exactly what it's like. But spatial audio isn't the only thing that we're taking a step forward on today. I'm happy to announce that as of today, you'll be able to live stream content on YouTube in 360 degrees. The first time this technology has been available at scale. And to kick things off, we've partnered with The Verge to launch the first 360 live stream this coming Wednesday directly from our YouTube space in LA. You know, we've all had that experience of wishing that we could go to the concert or that sporting event, and yes, even that convention. And now with 360 live streaming, we're getting you one step closer to actually being there. And for all of you that don't have your wristbands to Coachella this coming weekend, we're going to make available that concert in 360 degrees live streaming for the first time ever. So we're all really excited about 360 live streaming, but we're also deeply focused on things like VR and headset viewing too. YouTube is already the world's largest library of virtual reality content because literally every single video available on the platform can be watched in VR mode using Google Cardboard. And we've seen enormous growth here. Just in the last month, we've seen VR playbacks and watch time grow by 400 to 500%. And we're continuing to invest in better camera technology, better video processing, and content partnerships to bring more of these truly enriched, immersive experiences to all of our YouTube users across the world. So stay tuned for what we have planned here. The final thing I want to talk about is seamless. As I mentioned before, a cross-screen or immersive experience makes video viewing much more personal. And as a result, it makes interruptions that much more jarring. This is something that I learned firsthand running the ads businesses at Google, where we saw that if the ad was in context and native feeling, users responded to it much better. And it's something that we've seen on the YouTube platform as well. Historically, we've tried to maintain generally lower ad loads on the platform. And as you know, most of the ads that you see on YouTube are skippable. And we think that this is a great experience, not just for our users, but for our advertisers as well. And for those fans that really don't want any interruptions at all, even the slightest, we have a new subscription service called YouTube Red. YouTube Red viewers also will have access to original content, original series, original films, featuring YouTube stars. We've launched 6 of these titles already, featuring stars such as PewDiePie, Prank Academy, and others, and we have a whole slate of original content that we're going to be bringing out over the course of the next few months. YouTube Red is relatively new, but we're really happy with how it's going, and as we continue to increase our investment in producing original content, we think it's going to be a thriving part of our overall business. So there you have it. Smarter, immersive, seamless. Those are the things that we're hard at work at YouTube every single day. You know, I'm here at NAB today primarily to meet many of you and to learn, but to the extent that I have any advice to offer, I would say that we all need to take those 3 principles to heart as we think about how our content is distributed and consumed in today's digital cross-screen age. If your mobile app is just a viewer, for example, chances are that consumers are going to consume content somewhere else. It can't just be your TV channel on your phone. And the same goes for interactivity. Users increasingly expect it and are engaging with content that delivers it every single day. Immersive content needs to be something that we're all thinking about constantly. And finally, a more seamless experience. Over the past year, we've seen major networks like Vice and Turner experiment with lower ad loads and more native feeling advertising on their channels. And I think this is a crucial area for all of us to experiment in. And the fundamental reason is because all of our users are asking for it. So thank you for having me here today. I'm thrilled to be here, and I'd like to invite Will Richmond back up on stage so that we can continue this conversation. So thank you very much.